for this video, we are going to talk about percentage, base, and rate. So before I discuss how to find the values of these three terms, let us define and differentiate them. So first is what we call the percentage. Percentage is the part or portion of the whole or the base. So technically, percentage is always less than the value of the base. And it is determined by the rate, and this term does not have the percent sign. So even though tinatawag natin siyang percentage, and we assume na, oh, baka ito yung number na mayroong percent sign. But then, no. Percentage doesn't have the percent sign. It is just a number. Okay? And the next is yung base natin. Base is the whole or the original amount. So technically, the base is always greater than our percentage. And then lastly, our rate. This is the number of hundreds parts taken. This is the number followed by a percent sign. So akala natin kanina, yung numbers na may percent sign is percentage, di ba? According sa name. But then, that is your rate. Rate yung tawag dun sa numbers in percent form or yung mga numbers na mayroong percent sign. So now, let us group this number kung ano yung tawag sa kanila. Okay? So let's say, for example, I have 25% and then 575 and then 300. So, alin kaya dito yung percentage, base, and rate? So, ang pinakamadaling unang i-identify is yung rate kasi it is the number that has the percent sign. So, definitely, 25% is our rate. Now, yung base and percentage natin, it is according to our definition kanina, kasi sabi ko kanina, base is the whole or the original amount. Technically, base is always greater than the percentage. So between these two number, mas malaki si 575 kay 300. So, technically, 575 is your base. And then, 300 is your percentage. As I was saying a while ago, percentage is always less than the value of your base. So, tama lang. 575 is greater than 300. 300 is less than 575. Therefore, 300 is the percentage, 575 is the base, and 25% is your rate. Now, before we move on in solving the values of these three terms, diba, we need a formula to compute the values of these three terms. So now, lipat tayo, we will use what we call a magic triangle. Okay? So this is an example of a magic triangle. So sa top ng triangle yung percentage, which is yung P, no? And then on the lower left yung base, which is yung B, and then sa lower right yung rate, which is R. So, para malaman natin yung formula, how to find first yung percentage, i-derive natin siya dito sa ating magic triangle. So, to find the percentage, we will use these terms. So, B times R. So, para pala malaman natin yung value ni percentage, we need to find the product of B and R. And then next, paano naman kung ang nawawala is yung value ng base? Okay, tingin kayo sa mga letters na natira. Okay, so P divided by R is the formula in finding the base. How about if the missing term is your rate? So rate can be solved by using P divided by B. Okay? And then there is a special thing that you need to do pa when you find the value of your rate. Kasi rate is in percent form, di ba? So, P divided by B, right after nyo makuha yung value, ito times nyo pa siya sa 100. Kasi it is in percent form, si rate. Okay? So, that is the formula in finding these three terms. Now, let's solve yung value ng percentage first. Okay? Finding the percentage. So in finding the percentage, just like what we derived a while ago, the formula in finding the percentage is P is equal to B times R. Okay? So let's say this is our sample problem. We have problem number 1. What is 90% of 95? So yeah. So as you can see here, ang given natin is 90%, which is definitely your rate. And then 95 is your base. Ang nawawala is kapag daw minultiply natin si 90% and 95, what will be our answer? Which is your percentage. Okay? Kapag sinabi kasi nating off, that involves multiplication. So technically, ang nawawala dito is yung percentage. Okay? Kaya ang gagawin natin, we need to multiply 95 and 90%. But then, hindi naman natin pwede na i-multiply agad si 90% kay 95. What we need to do is that we need to convert 90% into its decimal form. So, yung base natin, sulat ko lang yung given, is 95. Ang rate natin is 90%. Pag ginawa natin siya into decimal form, it will become, move lang natin yung decimal places, no? Ng 2 times on the left side. So, it will become 0.90 or simply 0.9. 0.9 na lang. 0.9. Okay? And then the missing term is our percentage. Okay? So using the formula, this will be our solution. So we have P is equal to B times R. Diba? So, P is equal to, yung base natin is 95 times our rate in decimal form is 0.9. So, you can use calculator, no? I'm not saying na you should do this manually. So, 95 times 0.9 is equal to 85.5. Okay? So, 85.5 is now the value of your percentage. Kung gusto nyong i-check if tama yung answer nyo, lagi nyo lang tandaan na yung percentage, mas maliit dapat yung value niya lagi sa base. So, 85.5 is less than 95. So, therefore, your answer is correct. How about another example? So let's say we have 35% of 53 is what? Okay, so 35% is your rate, definitely. So if we make it in decimal form, move mo lang yung decimal point 2 places to the left side. So it will become 0.35. Okay? 53 is our base. Kasi as you can see nga, 35% of 53. So we need to multiply 35% by 53 para malaman natin kung ano yung number. Okay, nalalabas. So base is 53. And then we are looking for the value of our percentage. Now, let's solve. No? P is equal to base is 53 times yung rate mo in decimal form, which is 0.35. So, multiplying 53 and 0.35, it will give you 18.55 as your answer. So, 18.55 is the value of your percentage. So, technically, kung napapansin nyo, 18.55 is less than 53, wherein correct siya kasi percentage is always less than the value of your base. So, that is how you compute the value of the percentage. Now, let's move on how to find the value of our base. Paano naman kung yung base yung nawawala? So, the formula in finding the base, just like what we derived a while ago, that is equal to B is equal to P over R, or P divided by R. Okay? So, let's say we have this example number 1. 93% of what is 97. Okay, right after daw natin minultiply si 93%, sa isang number, ang sagot ay 97. So, technically, we are looking for the value of our base. Ang rate na given natin is 93%. Again, we need to make it into decimal form for us to compute the answer. Okay, so 93%, move the decimal point 2 places to the left side. So, it will become 0.93. And then, yung percentage natin is 97. What we are looking for is the value of our base. Now, here is our solution. Using the formula, B is equal to P divided by R. B is equal to 97 divided by your rate in decimal form, no? 0.93. What's the answer kaya? When we divide 97 by 0.93. So your base is 104.3010 and so on and so forth. So technically, we get non-repeating and non-terminating decimal. So ito yung mga decimal numbers na hindi natatapos yung terms or yung values. So if that is the case, kapag ganyan yung nangyari sa solution ninyo, you need to remember na you need to simplify your answer up to 2 decimal places. 2 decimal places lang po yung ilalagay nyo. Technically, i-round off nyo siya to the nearest hundreds. So here, 0 yung hundreds nyo, di ba? Ano yung katabi ni 0? 1. Ang mangyayari, you need to round down. Okay? Kasi 4 pababa yung katabi ni 0. Technically, mawawala lang lahat ng katabi ni 0. Kasi, i-round down mo siya. So, ang value ng base natin is 104.30, or it can be simply written as 104.3. Pwede na din yun. So, that's it, no? And then, how about another example in finding the base? Let's say, ang problem natin is 17 is 10% of what? So, right after natin minultiply daw yung 10% by a number, the answer is 17. Technically, we are looking for the base. Okay? So, yung R natin is 10%. Gagawin natin in decimal form. It will become 0.1 na lang. Okay? Percentage is 17. We are looking for the base. And applying the formula, we have 17 divided by 0.1. The base will be equal to 170. When we divide 17 by 0.1, you will get 170. So that is the value of your base. So, kabaliktaran nung pag-find natin kanina sa percentage, kung napansin nyo kanina, di ba, sa percentage, dapat mas maliit na number lagi yung makukuha natin sa base. Dito, kailangan yung base natin, mas malaki siya lagi doon naman sa percentage. So, that is how you find the value of the base. And lastly, how do we find the value of the rate naman? So, we derived a formula to find the rate a while ago, di ba? So, R is equal to P over B or P divided by B. So, this is the formula in finding the rate. So, let's say we have this problem, no? What percent of 145 is 82? So, sobrang daling matukoy if you are looking for rate kasi ang hinahanap natin is percent. What percent of 145 is 82? So, ang given natin dito is yung percentage, yung base. Ang nawawala sa atin is the value of our rate. Okay? Yung percentage natin is the smaller number. So, that is 82. Base natin is 145. And we are looking for the value of the rate. Okay, so this will be our solution. Using the formula, R is equal to P divided by B. So R is equal to 82 divided by 145. Okay, so R now is equal to 0.5655 and so on and so forth. Again, we did get a non-terminating decimal na naman yung lumabas. So, di natatapos yung mga decimal number. If that is the case, round off up to 2 decimal places. So, round off to the nearest hundreds. Yung katabi ni 6 is 5. So, round up. So, 6 will become 7. It will become 0.57. And then, like I was saying a while ago, in finding the rate, you need to divide your answer by 100. Kasi kailangan number in percent form siya, di ba? In this case, kasi decimal form lang siya. So, you need to divide by 100 pa. So, now your rate is equal to 57%. So, yun na yung rate mo. How about another example? Let's say we have, let's say the problem is 36 is what percent of 65. Okay, so your percentage is the smaller number, which is 36. The base is 65. And we are looking for our rate. So R is equal to 36 divided by 65. Okay, 36 divided by 65 is equal to a non-terminating decimal again. So that is 0.53, it is 0.5538 and then so on and so forth. If that is the case, round off up to 2 decimal places. So round off to the nearest hundreds. 5 yung hundreds mo, katabi niya is 3, so round down. So it will become 0.55 na lang. And then, for you to make it in percent form, i-times nyo lang siya sa 100. So, R is equal to 55%. So, that will be your rate, 55%. So, that's it. That is how you find the value of the percentage, the base, and the rate.